Well, time now for a review of the headlines. Doreen Umutesi from the New Times joins us now to look through some on the front pages. All right, Doreen, so I was one of those that were there yesterday during the walk that was basically protesters saying they couldn't believe what they had seen a week ago with the BBC documentary and saying that Rwanda will not let basically those kind of things happen, that we have to stand up for ourselves, especially the youth, since it was mostly university students.
Okay, yeah, it was mostly university students and mostly also the IRG, the Association of Students Orphans of Genocide, that spearheaded this walk and protest. It's because, you see, at the end of the day, if you are releasing such information, and these are girls, these are students, these are children that are grieving. So if they get to see that, what kind of message are you giving to them? So pretty much the work is to, like, they really want the government or BBC to actually pull down the documentary, to apologize and to really, because it's really affecting them, and as you can know, they're orphans, so they really need. If someone is grieving and then you go ahead and air such things, it doesn't seem fair at all.
Right. Do you think that if this walk, already the walk has, it's all over social media, we're seeing it on Twitter and on Facebook, we're talking about it now, but do you think if something doesn't happen immediately that there will be more protests like this?
Yeah, because you see they started it in London, now they're here in Rwanda, so it means if it started with the youth, probably the whole nation will stand up and decide to protest until BBC has to do something about it.
Absolutely. So there's another headline under this same documentary.
Yeah.
The MPs have discussed this in Parliament. Can you tell us about that?
Okay, you see, now for the MPs, actually, when they're discussing this, they're saying, like, you see, this happened, the genocide kind of denial happened, BBC did it in 2009, yeah? And it's something that is occurring. And given the fact that the BBC, for example, has the radio show that is widely listened in Rwanda. So they're saying they need to put a stop to this. If they continue having such programs or shooting such documentaries, yet they're actually requesting for no business with BBC, just to stop airing or doing anything with BBC. Because it's something that have been, if they did it in 2009, and now it's 2014 and they still are doing the same kind of programs or broadcasting such messages, so the MPs feel like it's...
Do you, Doreen, feel like every time a broadcaster comes in town, whether national, whether internationally known or not, every time they come in town, do you feel like there should be guidelines to follow? There's certain topics you can talk about, especially a topic like the genocide that's very sensitive. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like there should be such a thing?
Very quickly before you have to wrap up.
Yes, of course, there are always guidelines, like on how to, because they are supposed to be ethical. They're actually, because it's journalism, it's reporting, it's disseminating information. So they are supposed to be ethical, respecting the information that is on ground. Because you see, even it's not only the students or the MPs, even the scholars and researchers had to petition BBC. Yeah, it shows now if all those people come out and air their grievances and feel like this is not fair, what you're airing is not right, I think BBC has to take its stand and apologize. Or,
right.
Yeah.
Take responsibility for that.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Doreen, for joining us today.